everybody, and welcome to Nerdsplaining Podcast. I'm your host, Eric Da Silva. With me, as always, my co-host, Jose Romero.
Greetings, salutations, nerds around the world. We are back on a very special day. Kind of. If you're a DC fan, it's a special day.
Well, I think if you're a nerd, there's many things to talk about today.
Yeah,
Many.
A few things. No, I'll say many. There's a few things. It's a few things.
There's a charcuterie board of nerddom.
I don't go that
today.
far. It's like a little snack. It's like appetizers with the main course. Or like a 3-course.
A $9 Taco Bell box of nerd.
No, that's what I'm talking about. That's exactly what it is right there.
Taco Bell sponsor us. We'll compare all our news
I'm saying, dude.
to your menu.
Some chalupas in there, nacho supreme, man. Those are the good old days, wasn't it?
2 nerdy chicken gorditas talking to you live.
Oh
Cinnamon
man,
Twix.
so God, I almost didn't want to start with this, but I say let's just jump in the deep end, right from the get.
Sure. Let's go.
We're gonna do this. The big trailer. We all know what's up. We're waiting for this for a while.
Ironheart.
Exactly. So we'll start with Ironheart. MCU, the greatest upcoming TV show MCU is gonna offer us this summer. Finally dropping his trailer. I gotta say, I wasn't quite excited for this show at all until this trailer came out. But after watching that trailer, I gotta say, I'm still not excited about this show. After all, not a good trailer, dude. It wasn't a good trailer. It's not a horrible trailer, but it's not a good trailer.
You know what? It just felt like a longer version of what we already saw. But that being said, I'm actually really happy the quality of the CG. I was very worried.
The CG looks fine. I'll give you that.
The suit looks cool. I like the suit.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit. So Ryan Coogler, killing it right now. Sinners, right? It's this great movie. He's producing this, and I know it's we're real. We're getting real, and also shout out to Ryan again, inserting Latinos in his projects.
True.
Namor. True. Now the Hood, both Latino guys. Great. One is an anti-hero, one's a villain, whatever. Am I super stoked that this TV series starring a black female character with a Hispanic antagonist is about how the hero commits crimes to supplement her herodom? Not really? I'm a little bummed by it. Listen.
That's awkward, but whatever.
We haven't seen it in the Marvel universe.
We haven't seen it. The context of it could work, but
to be fair, that is more like the street version of Peter Parker wrestling for money. I get it. It's not the worst, but it's a little. That's fine because you gotta break bad to realize that's what bad is. So you go the other way. I get it, but overall, I'm looking forward to it. I'm not excited, but I'm looking forward to it. I almost feel like the same way I feel about this show right now is the way I felt about Agatha all along. I was looking forward to seeing it to see what it was, and I was pleasantly surprised with Agatha. I might get pleasantly surprised again. I don't know, but it's not an automatic. This is going to be horrible, like I heard it was going to be, because I heard one of the big issues was the CG did not look great before.
Yeah, that looked fine. I mean, this could always be great. This could always be a disaster. Let's call it Mr. Trailer. What we seen good. Echo had a good trailer for the most part, and
that ended up being not great.
That didn't live up to any of the bidding. So it's possible. I mean, I don't know. This show was part because Daredevil was redone, right? They didn't redo Ironheart,
right?
So that's a concern. This trailer didn't do this any favors. That's kind of tropey, which is fine, I guess. She punches the truck. We just saw that in Thunderbolts, for Christ's sake. We've seen 1,000 other movies. It's okay, whatever. I don't know. I'm not a fan of the character. Beyond, they didn't do her justice, and maybe they do in this show, but not.
You know what? I will say the truck thing. That's all people chasing the Nolan high. Nolan flipped the truck, and
everybody's doing it. It's like, come on.
I get it. I get it.
I think it's time to move on from that. You know what I'm saying? We see
it. You know what I want? You know what I want? Let's go the other way. Stop flipping trucks. Let's stop a train and have all the carts spiral out like spaghetti.
That's what I'm saying.
Will be a great visual.
The one who's done that is Hancock, and that's not the movie you want to feature that in.
Yeah, do it right. Like they did it okay.
They did it
Do it now
okay,
with the
but
budget and the CG we got now. Do a spaghetti
yeah.
train like that. Do that. That would
So,
be
yeah,
awesome to
something you
see.
gotta expand because
Yeah.
I saw it on the. I rolled my eyes like, oh, okay, fine. It too. So look, I mean, like I said, it was fine. I don't know. I got a bad feeling about this show. Many things you hear because it's the old regime show, whatever you want to
I
call
get it.
it.
Like I said,
You know,
I was
it's off, right?
pleasantly
Yeah.
surprised with Agatha. If it just pulls off that level, I'm happy with it. Like it
All
doesn't
right.
need to be
Yeah.
great. I just doesn't need to be bad. But if it's like, oh, I watched that, like I don't want it to be like greatest show ever. I'm like, oh, it's fun. Sometimes a show can just be fun, man.
No, sure. There's no disagreeing there. So let's see. But again, it was. I'm sure the traders getting a lot of shit. I can sense it. You know, it's the nerd community. Every trader gets shit, even
Yeah.
the good traders. Just
Mm-hmm.
let's be honest. I'm sure this is getting its fair share.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure.
This one I can understand why in terms of the quality, nothing else.
Right.
I can see. Yeah, I get it. I do. So I can understand that. Speaking of which, and I forgot to ask you, because it's been a few weeks, but Thunderbolts. Before we move on to the next snap, you hadn't seen it yet, so it's kind of yeah. I wanted to ask you about that.
I really liked it. I really liked it.
I had a feeling you would.
Yeah, I'm a sucker for characters that are broken, getting like using that broken not to like double down on being broken, but given an opportunity to stand up. I eat that up like crazy. It's I'm perpetually a fan of the third act when all hope is lost and then they rise. I love that. Am I an optimist? Yes, because I'm stupid. So I'm stupid and I'm an optimist, and that's how it works. So an entire team of broken people stepping up to it, great. And I'm a huge fan of the Sentry. I thought Sentry, they nerfed him because he's super scary powerful in the comics, but still fun to see him.
I mean, he's still pretty.
Oh no, he
was like
pretty
ridiculous,
but like
powerful.
it is like in the what they did in the movie is a version of like basically he has like a molecular control of reality. So he fought the guy who was the instrument of destruction and reality in Secret Wars, the Molecule Man. The Sentry fought the Molecule Man. The Molecule Man destroyed the Sentry. The Sentry willed himself back to life, and the Molecule Man destroyed him 12 other times, so they thought he was dead. And then when the Dark Avengers came back, the Sentry was alive over their base, and he's like, I figured it out. And they're like, oh, God, you can't kill him? Like, that's how powerful the Sentry is. So, I know. So they didn't give him that yet, but there's like hints of what he could do. I will say, seeing this now more than ever, I'm pretty sure either Sentry is going to be used as a power source for Doctor Doom, or Doctor Doom is going to kill the Sentry so you can power scale him and go, this is how dangerous Doctor Doom is. He killed the Sentry. So I'm more certain now more than ever that's what's going to happen to him in Secret Wars and Doomsday.
I think Secret Wars. I don't think we see him in Doomsday in terms of that
yet. Well, you see,
in terms of Sentry
was there.
We'll see Bob, but we're not going to see the Sentry. Is what I'm saying. He's obviously going to be in some capacity, whatever he's doing, et cetera.
But yeah, I give it a hard B plus, almost an A minus. Very close to an A minus.
I had a B plus, I think. Didn't I have B plus?
You had it a B, but it sounded more like a B minus C plus. I'm going to go hard B plus.
I had it a B. I didn't have a B minus. I'd had a B at best, like 7, maybe, whatever.
7s are C's, 8s are B's. That's what I'm saying.
This is getting graded on the curve, dude. So I'm just saying, and the curve is down. It is what it is, dude. we don't live up to the hype what we expect from Marvel. That's what
it's happens. Not the hype. I just generally enjoyed it.
No, just overall hype. The overall hype.
I like this more than Brave New World.
Dude, every movie's better than Brave New World. What does that mean? Come on, bro. You tell me he's better than Guardians 3 or something. Oh, okay, now we're having that. No, I know, but I'm saying you say that like, oh, okay, now that means something.
But you know what? I will say, Thunderbolts did feel like it went to the Guardians school of thought. Like, how do you make a team movie of randos work?
it very much felt like in the world of the Guardians,
Yeah, like
Thunderbolts
that.
is
That their
right there.
interactions really work for me. I like that part.
Yeah,
Of the movie.
yeah,
Yeah, for sure, no doubt. Okay, I was curious. I know we hadn't talked about that yet.
yeah.
I did see Mission Impossible, by the way,
Oh, how was that?
yesterday. It was very good. It's a nice, it's a good send off. If it ends, I mean, what is the final one? I have no fucking clue. But if it's a good send off, dude. It's like it's long. It's a little bit exposition heavy. Not as much action. It's probably the least action of any of them, except for the first one.
Really?
Yeah, but the action scenes that are in it are ridiculous. Like wow.
Okay.
Yeah, this
Okay.
and that last one with the plane. Oh, wow. Like it's phenomenal. It really is
All right.
phenomenal. Yeah,
Okay.
it's really good. So yeah, Mission Impossible fan for sure. You're gonna dig it. But let's get back on track here. My bad. Jessica Jones. There we go. Kristen Ritter back in the MCU. Well, I guess not really. She was never in the MCU. She's back. Hello. She's back in the Daredevil world. Now in the MCU, of course. So it's confirmed going to be in, of course, season 2 of Daredevil. So that's a good thing. I like Jessica Jones. I mean, the first season was really good. I love I forgot the bad guy's name.
Kilgrave.
Kilgrave. He's
which is
great.
The Purple Man, but
yeah,
they only dressed him in purple, but they called him Kilgrave, right?
Kilgrave. He was fantastic.
Yeah.
This show, second season was whatever. It was.
Third season was even worse. But here's the thing.
They had 3 seasons.
She was never bad. It was the storylines they.
No, yeah, she wasn't the problem. She was a good Jessica Jones. Yeah,
but even in the Defenders, she was great in the Defenders. The Defenders wasn't great, but she was great in the Defenders.
Correct, but the first season was really good.
Yeah, really good.
They just didn't continue, but whatever. So look, she's coming back. So I mean, to what capacity? I don't know. Maybe an episode, 2. I don't know. I'd be like a Punisher thing, right? We see her a little bit sprinkled in. Maybe she pops up in the end or something. I don't know.
I kind of hope Luke Cage makes it back. I want Cage back there too. I'm okay without
Cage back. Yeah, Iron Fist we can leave at the door.
Or give us a new Iron Fist. There is a new Iron Fist. Give us a new Iron Fist.
Fair, that's fair. If don't bring the old guy, just have him. He can stay with the Brave New World if he wants, but give us someone new. I would love to see Luke Cage back.
Yeah.
Luke Cage I liked. Again, his show was inconsistent too, but that's fine.
The first half of the first season was fantastic.
Was so good. God, I can't believe they killed off Blade in that one. That was a mistake.
I know.
It's still killing Blade apparently. He has not come back since then. He hasn't come back since Luke Cage, for Christ's sake. That was like 10 years ago. But this is good, man. I'm kind of curious to see how, I mean, I would assume you're thinking it's a small role, I guess.
I was hoping it wouldn't be, but it makes sense to be small.
Right?
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think so.
It'd be like you said, The Punisher. Maybe one episode heavy and then one episode minor. I'd like to see maybe 2 episodes heavy, 1 episode minor, but that's just me.
I mean, I guess it depends on the story, but I gotta see he'll run into her somewhere and then he'll call on her later. Like Punisher style, right? He saw Punisher, if we saw him 10 minutes of one of the episodes and then he come back in the end, right? I could see that. I don't know. Was Punisher going to be in this one? I don't remember. To be honest.
I think he is.
I don't remember, but I hope so because he's awesome.
Right.
Of course, he's awesome. But no, so I'm excited about that. So that was kind of good news coming out. Daredevil, I'm hoping, will be the anti-Ironheart.
I hope. I've still got fingers crossed. I know it's a total dark horse. I want Oscar Isaac to come in as Mr. Knight in the suit.
Let that go, dude. He's not coming in that show right now. I'm not saying he can't have his show later, but he's not coming in Daredevil. I mean, I think we'll see. Well, for her, I mean, Luke Cage would be the only one I can really think of they bring back, but I haven't heard anything because weren't they filming that already? I don't remember now. I thought they were filming it.
They're filming now. Yeah, they're filming now.
Okay, right. So we would have heard Luke Cage.
Yeah.
I guess. I don't know.
Unless we keep it as a surprise. I don't know.
It's hard. These days it's impossible, dude. Something always leaks. It's something we learned.
I know.
Secrecy is in a couple of weeks, a month. Doomsday be leaking like crazy. We know this. I don't care how they can try all they want. Stuff leaks all the time. How people take pictures, money gets exchanged, and there you go. So Which is good for us and kind of bad for us, to be honest with you. I like a little secrecy. I know you like more of the spoilers. I'm not quite in that route, but
Not too many spoilers, but like if I could narrow it down from 30 options to 3 options, I like that. So
there you go. That's fair. That's 20-cent spoilers at 30. Okay, we can do that. Let's go to and let's go to Andor. We're not finishing with Andor today. And that's not the big story.
Right.
Andor, there were 6 episodes, including obviously the last 6. Finale was this week, today actually, last night, whatever. Let's focus on the previous 3, right? Because that's where I thought those are great. Those are the first.
Those
really,
last three. Those last 3, I think, fixed the problem that we had with the first 2 sets.
Correct. 7, 8, 9 with the episode
right.
count. It was a little overhyped. I heard from different people, like sorts of things I read, whatever. It was like the greatest thing Star Wars ever done. Calm the fuck down. Let's pump the brakes. But
yes,
that said, it was clearly the best of the season, and there were really good episodes, man. The stakes, right? We talk about the stakes. That's the first time we get some serious stakes in the show.
And we saw the build up. It was always there, but they kept ratcheting the tension up. That was exactly what the first 2 sets missed. They got it right there. And I was really excited.
They should have started with this season, to be honest with you, with these episodes. But yeah, it was really what this done. That a great scene with in the plaza, on the riot or whatever. We saw K2, whatever his damn robot's name is. An oldie but goodie. So he was kicking some ass. That was kind of cool, and it kind of teased him at the very end. And
dude, watching that girl get murdered from the pimp slap that the HK droid get, I was like, wow, I was like, this is everything that I wanted. I've been waiting for something like this. And what's great is that it was a buildup. You went from these people that Andrew's like, they don't know how to fight, to showing what happens when you're left to your own devices and you realize, oh, I'm so out of my depth right now.
Absolutely. It's just so good, man. I was like, man, and that got me really excited for the Finale 3, right? Whatever.
Right.
Which obviously is not a spoiler. Which shouldn't be a spoiler for nobody. Leads not right into the events, but right in the doorstep, of course, Rogue One.
Right.
That's what it's supposed to do, and that's what we knew that was going to happen. But I'll say this because you've only seen one, so we're going to keep this very vague. Well, let's start. I mean, overall, I'll say this. Overall, I was a little let down. I got to be honest.
Okay.
I got the same feeling I had with the first 6 episodes. Good, not great, particularly coming off what we just got. I expected something more and bigger, and it was kind of anticlimactic, unfortunately. And that first episode, which you saw, you seen the first one, right? It was fine, but we're spending a time with a character we don't know anything or care about, and now by episode 10, now we're doing a story about her. It took too long.
We've been exposed to her for incrementally throughout all season 1 and season 2.
She was an ancillary for the most part. It was unnecessary, right? She could have just gone in and to the hospital. We didn't need all the backstory. It was unnecessary.
I kind of like the backstory. I like seeing how they met, and it shows how committed she is.
It slowed the episode down because this was a finale, right? This is where we're going to get resolution, and it was just an awkward place for that episode to occur because nothing happened. Nothing really happened. It's all about the guy now. It's really what it is, right? It's just.
You know what? I kind of disagree.
We don't need 45 minutes of that at the end of the day. I
really liked the framing of how dangerous the idea of the Death Star was. Like when realizing like the grand scheme that everything's been going up to set this up, because that's what Rogue One is. Like, we got to get these plans out to the rebels. Like I sometimes as a Star Wars fan, you take for granted knowing Luke destroys the Death Star. So it's almost like, oh yeah, and then he's got to stop the Death Star and he blows it up. Like, no, like this is the game changer. And I loved seeing that from like a fresh perspective.
They know what it was, right?
Right.
And so we know, oh shit, to them it's like, it's a weapon. What does that mean?
Well, no, because the dude that's been working with what's his name?
Right, but he doesn't know what it is either. He
knows that it's the most powerful space station that they've ever created with the capability to destroy planets.
But he didn't say that.
Well, he doesn't say anything, but
that's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. So the characters don't know that, right? The 2 characters that know don't know. We know. So it's not. And even when I tell you this, look, inevitably, yes, it's not a spoiler. Andor shares the news. Duh. Right? Nobody believes it. Nobody cares. We're not talking about it. They only believe. So it's like, okay. At the end of the show, it's let's go find out if it's true kind of deal. So it's not a big deal to them. Half of them don't even believe Andor or how they.
Because it sounds crazy. It sounds
well, that's okay.
A station that can blow up a planet.
No, but that's never. Those words are never mentioned. That's not discussed. They don't know what it is. They just know it's a weapon. That's it, right? And it's a powerful weapon. Fair enough, but they don't believe it. So what are we not believing here? Like, I don't understand. It's like, whatever. It's lies. Forget about it. Oh, show's about to end. Oh, go check it out. All right, credits. Not exactly the way a show should be ending.
I think because you can't end it so epically that it devalues Rogue One.
It should be. Something could happen, right? And it just nothing really happened. The second episode, a little bit when they're trying to rescue the woman, the one who knows,
right?
But after that, it's like, okay, back at Yavin. Talkie, and I don't believe you. Okay, all right, go. Credits.
I think the problem you're having is the problem of anytime you set up a prequel. Is
exactly my point.
There is no grand reveal because we know how it's going to end. Right. Not only do we know how it's going to end with Episode 4 New Hope, but we know Rogue One. So we know both the first stage result and the second stage.
But that said, it should give you something because the audience already knows what's going on, right? So you got to surprise us, give us something new, unexpected. I'm like, oh, that's cool. I didn't know that would have occurred before all this went down, right? We just get none of that. The comeuppance don't really hit for most of the characters, and I'll leave it at that. Not to spoil things up, but it just doesn't. It's okay. And even before, this is not spoiler, when the wife left, I thought that she was going to get whacked.
Right. We did think so.
And that didn't happen. And nothing happens to make Andor appear like the character he appears at the beginning of Rogue One.
Yeah, because he's really like shady hardened.
You know what I'm saying?
Right, yeah.
Nothing happens. And that's what I was waiting for. There's something to say, oh, it's going to spark this, and that's that he becomes him, whatever.
Like a dark spiral for
or something,
his
right? Because even when you see him, he's like, his wife's gone. It sucks, but he's moving on. He's okay. I'm waiting for the event. Something's gonna happen when they go rescue this girl. Nothing. I'm like, okay, and he gets sent off away to do what he does and goes to the, I guess, planet where he ends up in Rogue One. So nothing happens. So I'm like, okay, and all right. So his wife left him. All right, it's just not, and he's not like, drunk, placid out in his cabin. He's like, whatever. He's over. It's been a year, so nothing occurs. So that was that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm talking about. Like, I wanted something to kind of put him in the position as where we see him first in Rogue One,
right?
And we don't get that. So that was kind of weird to me. That's what I'm saying. Like, nothing happens. Like, well, okay, Not that it was terrible. It was still good. Like, I equate it to the first 6 episodes. It just, as a finale, like, oh, man, here we go.
I will say, there was something, I actually kind of took it the other way a little bit, which is like, when the dude revealed that there's a weapon, the idea is so terrifying that he kills the informant and leaves his body behind just because he needs to get this information to his assistant. To me, that's sort of paralleled, but in tone, but it never explained how Andor would have realized it. When we first see Andor in Rogue One and they're being chased by the Empire, once he gets the information from that dude, he kills them in the alleyway and leaves them behind and goes away. So very similar in terms of methodology, but we didn't get to see him like experience that to apply it again.
Exactly.
It's just
he wasn't
mirrors.
There. Yeah, he wasn't there.
Just mirrors.
Yeah, he wasn't there. He didn't know what happened. So,
right. As Lucas would say, it's like poetry. It rhymes.
Yeah. So it was just, I found it interesting. I guess it wasn't bad. It was just interesting. And there is a one little kind of surprise. You'll see at the very, very end of the show. Nothing to do with Rogue One, but it's just something else like on the side. I wish I
Is it the Jar Jar Binks is finally sprung out of an alleyway?
That would have been awesome to see.
Andor shoots him.
That would have been cool. Jar Jar gave him information, and then Andor kills him. Like,
that would be, oh my God.
Come on, that would have been the greatest show in TV.
You want to talk about Emmy? You want to talk about changing the game for the fans?
Come on.
That would have been it.
Come on.
That would have been it.
That would be that. That's the one.
Would it be crazy if the scene is Andor pulls the gun out of Jar Jar and Jar Jar grabs the gun and puts it on his head? He goes, Misa say die. Like that would be, yeah. Like
that's the ticket. That's what I'm talking about. So yeah. So listen, it's still good. It really is. It's just it missed something there to kind of propel this into Rogue One, essentially, right? Them discussing around the table with Moth and this guy that they replaced Smits, but I forgot his name, who took over Organa's character. Them talking.
Oh, the guy from Young Guns.
Yeah, no, he wasn't Young Guns. He was in Blood In, Blood Out. Is what you're talking about. God, what's his name?
Edward J. Olmos?
No. Gotta hold on. I find now I'm dying to know his name. It's embarrassing. We should know his name. Benjamin Pratt? Is that his name?
Benjamin Pratt? Yeah, because he was in Doctor Strange too, right?
Was he Doctor Strange too? Yeah, Benjamin Pratt. Okay, he took over.
But, yeah, because he was the guy who used magic so he could not be paralyzed. Yeah,
was that him? Okay, yeah, I guess. Yeah, so yeah, he's.
Oh, I thought it was Emilio. Not Emilio Estevez, but the other one. I got him confused. That's my bad.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, but he took over, of course, Organa's role. So yeah, it's just them talking at a table for 30 minutes of the episode is not exactly the way I like to see have a nice, good finale go.
Fair.
Right.
Fair.
That was the second to last episode. Perfect. Okay, we're setting up and maybe see Andor get there and things happen.
Right.
Okay. So whatever. It is what it is. But listen, it was still a very good show.
Would it have been cool? Would it have been cool if Andor tells him, whatever you do, stay in Alderaan. It's safe there.
Well, there is kind of a discussion about him dying. So for us, we're like, oh, okay, interesting. I won't spoil it.
Okay, I know it's not about it. We'll talk about it next.
Yeah, when he has a conversation, he's having a conversation at 101 with Andor about that and his dedication. I was like, I'm thinking, oh man, yeah. So that was kind of funny. Well, funny though, anyway, but not a funny scene. But listen, it's a good show. It was still very good, very good. And those, like I said, I just need a little something else, but still probably the best Star Wars show as far as I'm
so
concerned.
far, what it sounds like, episode 7, 8, 9 is the key episodes.
Those were by far and away the superior episodes of the show. No doubt. Right. Season easy. I don't think anybody disputes that. But it still ended fine. Put it that way. But I probably will see Rogue One sometime this weekend. So
sounds fair.
Why not, right? Just to kind of finish it off. And I want to see how he is. Because it's been a while since I've seen him. It's been a couple of years. See what he looks like in that show and say,
right,
yeah, something's really missing here. Because by memory, it seems you're right. He was Harden or whatever.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, again, they're trying to fit a square peg in a round hole sometimes with these prequels.
I got it.
So it is.
We'll see.
But we'll see. But it was still good. Now, let's do this. Eyes here. Seen the trailer, you know what I'm saying. Superman dropping its first trailer, despite the fact we've seen a lot of stuff about the film. But this is an actual first trailer, so I did see it because it's a technical.
Right, I know you have a rule, and that's it.
Right. And that's it. It's the last one. I really don't want to see anything else, but dropping, dude, and this one. I'll say this off the top. This is what they should have come out with from the beginning.
Well, it technically is. It is the first trailer, so
it's
the art.
Trailer, but I mean, they dropped whatever teaser, some other footage, and then they dropped that little featurette. We know what the crypto. And because you just gave an opportunity for the haters out there to really kind of build that momentum, right? And I think if you come out with this out of the gate, like, okay. I mean, haters are going to be haters anyway. There's still going to be some, of course.
Always.
I'm sure there's some that hate this trailer. Fair enough. But I thought you would get a better consensus, a more agreeable perception of the film from most of the fans, I thought. This was a very good trailer, dude. Very
good trailer.
Yeah, I was like, okay, yeah, now I want to see this now. I was excited. I was like, man, it looked really good, man. And I love that opening sequence with the interview, of course, interviewing him as Superman at the time, and him getting upset, and you kind of see what he stands for. Obviously myself and people getting killed. That's why I'm here, right? What ties with the government, all that stuff. That worked, man. It looked really good. Like the Paul Kent scene looked like it's gonna be a nice scene. With him. We got some Luther. Not even getting a whole lot of Luther, but we got enough. I have no idea who the Saw Hands is. I don't know if I. Do you know who is that? Like a real character, or is that someone just created for the movie? I don't know.
Well, she's the engineer. She's all liquid metal, And so that metal can do
Okay.
anything from like turn into like jetpacks to saws to machine guns.
Okay.
She's all liquid metal. Right. That's
Okay.
why she has those buzz saws. Yeah.
Okay. So she's just a character. Okay. I didn't
Yeah,
know
she's
who
a
she
legit
was. Oh,
character.
okay. Okay. I just.
She
Okay.
is part
Yeah.
of the Authority, which is what they're soft setting up with her to go to the Authority comic
Oh.
or the movie.
Oh.
Right.
Or wasn't it a show?
No,
No, it
it's
was
a
a
movie.
movie,
It's
right?
supposed to be a
It's a
movie.
movie, right?
Right.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, they're quite animated. I'm getting confused with Creature Commandos.
Yeah.
Um.
Authority, all the thing. So
Yeah.
that's
Okay.
engineer. It's a soft setup for the Authority movie.
Okay. Love the music. You know, that had
Yeah.
the beginning of Joe Williams, like, oh, goosebumps.
Uh-huh.
That's
Uh-huh.
what I'm talking about. Look, it looked really good, man. I finally get to see Superman speak,
Yeah.
and several times, and how he's acting his performance. It was good. I liked him. He looked good. I'm still have Henry Cavill there. It's hard to not to compare. It's just a natural thing we do. It really is. But he looked good. I don't like this. I still don't like the suit, to be honest with you. I'm not a fan of the suit.
The suit's growing on me.
But whatever. I mean,
so let me just say a couple things. First of all, it looks like the Lex Luthor power suit, the green suit, the Iron Man suit, the green suit he was fighting. So
that Luthor?
That looks like from the OG Superpowers cartoon and they live in the comics. Lex Luthor power suit. That's why it's green and purple. Those are Lex's colors. So they did give it like the visor so you don't see his face. So
right.
The suit has been one of two ways. Either Lex makes like a team of his like goons for hire, his like his private military have these suits, or he has his own special suit that he uses to fight Superman to kind of put him on his level. Even more recently, during the early aughts, when Lex Luthor ended up joining the Justice League, yeah, it happened. Look it up. He ends up taking the power suit design and painting it blue and white as an homage to Superman, but making his own color schemes. There's blue and white, and blue and red. So I'm like, this is kind of cool. I like this. But I was really excited about seeing that. I was really excited for people who were worried about like, oh, James Gunn's going to make this super jokey. It's going to be too lighthearted. It's going to be too silly. That conversation about what is the simplicity of moral rightness versus the complexity of adult problem solving was so exciting. It kind of goes, hey, yes, this is a simple Superman in terms of like optimism, hope, just trying to help people. But what happens when you get caught up with all the complexities of the real world? Mm-hmm. That was a great little moment. It gonna go show we're hitting this from all angles. It's not going to be this straightforward, simple. It's going to be, yeah, sometimes you can help people, but what if these other things make you look like the bad guy in spite of all your, it's the old phrase, the road to hell is paved with good intention. Like, yeah. If Superman is the most well-intentioned being in the planet, what problems can he cause by trying to help? I love that question. And that becomes the framework of what this movie is trying to answer. Yeah. That is, I'm here for that.
Like I said, you're right. I love that part of it. I thought it was cool. And it seems like, I guess, these guys, Lantern, all that, they're working with the government, I guess.
Yeah, it looks like it. But and I got to tell you, how people always say, like, one of the best parts of Superman is that when his father dies in the field, it makes him realize, oh, he has all the powers in the world, but he can't stop a heart attack. Mm-hmm. What better way to reframe that as he has all the powers in the world, but he loses his temper in an argument because he doesn't understand why he can't just help. Like, that was so cool. Like, yeah. you could batter the planet with a punch, and I'm trying to help. Like, that frustration, that almost like a parent who's trying to talk to a toddler, and the toddler just is understanding. Like, what don't you get? Like I love that frustration where you just want to be a good person, but there's all these nuances. The bigger the problem, the more complicated the answer. Like, that is great. And I'm really excited about seeing what's next. Seeing him in those fights were awesome. Seeing him with the eyes up here, like I was like, yes, this looks great.
Yeah, it looks great. And
yeah, I got really excited about the whole process. I love the framing of Lex Luthor going, he's not a person, he's an it. And now that
Yeah.
he's here, he's suddenly the center point of the whole conversation. Like, I love that. Like, it's just so petty in every passive aggressive way possible that I was like, I'm here for
No,
all of this. I got
it
really
looks really
excited.
good. It looks great. I mean, obviously, I think that's cool. I think Lois Lane's gonna be kind of the bridge. Like, because I think she legitimately feels like he shouldn't be doing what he's doing, right? I think part of her. I think it's clear. And I think
Or, I almost
and
feel
she's gonna get swayed like with the rest of the world will get swayed. She's gonna be that conduit, like, okay, 'cause at the end she's kissing him, obviously. But we're gonna see it through her eyes in terms of that part of it. Like, oh, he
I
is doing good, and the people are gonna see that, right, and appreciate that.
and here's another thing too. I gotta say, the biggest problem with Man of Steel, and I don't even have a problem with the neck snap. I feel like that was a situation with inexperience and necessity culminated, and that's why he snapped Zod's neck in Man of Steel, right? The problem why it came so easy to Superman to make that option is that his dad sucked. And so what are you supposed to let him die? Yeah, sometimes. Like, that is essentially what
Well, that's
James Gunn.
what shaped him, right? So it made
Right.
sense for the film.
Yeah,
It really did.
exactly.
Yeah, it made sense for
And
the film.
what
Absolutely.
James Gunn is doing in intricate little nuances, Zack Snyder did with a sledgehammer, which is,
Yeah.
instead of saying maybe you should let him die, is like, have you thought about what your actions means to everyone else?
Correct.
And
that's a fair
that
assessment.
is a much more nuanced and mature way to frame it. And by doing that, you have that coming from Lois. And his dad says, your actions dictate your character.
Right. No, which is great. That's a really
And
good
that line is it is a Pa Kent line. It is a thing that makes him realize, oh, I have to. But how do I do that in a bigger world? And like that realization, that epiphany, that lesson learned, that's what the movie. If the movie sticks to that and sticks to landing on that, we got ourselves a great Superman movie.
I hope. Listen, it's a trailer, right? So who knows,
Yeah,
right? And we've heard mixed stuff from all these screenings or test screenings or whatever. So who knows, right? This could be a disaster. Maybe
all
it's
right,
possible.
sure.
We can't argue that. This could be fantastic. Sure, I really hope it's fantastic. But at least now,
You hope it's Fantastic Four?
say it again.
You hope it's Fantastic Four?
That'd be way better than Fantastic Four. Like this trailer for me was better than the Fantastic Four trailer, I thought, in terms of getting me excited for it, and probably because the first trailer for Superman wasn't that good. It was okay.
Right. I feel like the Superman has a bigger hurdle than Fantastic Four.
Oh no,
so,
of course they do. There's no
yeah.
question. That's not even a debate. Absolutely, 100%. Although they both have to hit, Superman has to hit more.
Right, and it has a lot
Four.
more baggage behind it too.
Like Fantastic Four could be a B for all we know, and I don't think it's gonna, in the grand scheme of things, won't affect much because Avengers is gonna draw the crowds in regardless because everyone's gonna be in it. So I get it, right? But Superman's a different story. And like I said, we both have been on the same page on this. It needs to be an A+ film.
Yeah,
it just does. It has to. It is what it is, and we got Supergirl coming out, which is thinking back on, it's probably a wise choice to have her come next.
Yeah,
which works only if this movie works.
Yeah,
if people shit in this movie, man, and Supergirl's in for a long ride. I guarantee you that.
A long ride to a short ending.
Yep, and it's gonna get more hate than Superman did, and this is getting a lot of hate. At least it did. But I'm seeing a lot of positive vibes off the trailer. People talking and seeing online, so there's still the usuals. Fine, whatever. Haters gonna hate. I see more positivity about surrounding this trailer, though, for sure.
Hearing Corn Sweat's voice for Superman as he settles down for the interview and he puts a little more bass on his voice, like it sounded very Superman-y, and I like that.
No, he looks good. He looks the part. It's hard to get that. The Henry Cavill, you move from one another.
I get it.
You get new Bond, you get new Batman. Everyone's gonna compare. It's just the natural order of life, and it's hard not to do that. We're all guilty of it. I don't care who you are. I don't want to hear anybody say I don't do that nonsense. We all do it. It's again, Batman happens all the time. James Bond, probably the biggest ones, right? Some better than others. But listen, it looks really good. I'm excited, man. I'm hoping this one hits, man. I really wanted to, man. I want James Gunn to get off to a good start because, man, Totally forgot to mention. Speaking of James Gunn, Peacemaker, of course, dropping a trailer as
Oh,
well, which had Green Lantern and
Green
Hawk
Lantern
Girl.
and Hawk Girl.
Yeah, Hawk
And
Girl.
let's not forget this. They ended the trailer for Peacemaker with a multiverse moment. I'm like, oh my god!
That was cool. I mean, God, don't go that route, but just a little bit. It's weird. I don't know how this girl, a hot girl, goes from hanging out with Ellie, comes all the way over here, hanging out with Green Lantern. Man, she's awesome. It's good for her, dude. She's making the rounds, man. Good for her.
She's eating well, and good for her. Yeah, she's fucking knocking out. Everything's been super fantastic.
She's eating definitely well. So that was I'm excited about Peacemaker for sure. But that comes after Superman. Peacemaker's gonna be great. I
agree.
I have no fears on that. But again, that's inconsequential in the grand scheme of things. For us, great. For anyone else,
Peacemaker either has to serve as an appetizer for Superman or the dessert for Superman. Superman is the meal.
Probably a dessert. I mean, it comes after, so it's hard. I don't know. I mean, because I don't know how they're going to tie this in. I mean, it's got the characters, which is cool. I mean, I'm sure it's just one scene with Hawk Girl and Green Lantern. Who are kidding? And that's the only scene we're going to see him in. But that's fine. But at least it pulls Peacemaker into that world.
Do you think there's going to be a moment when Peacemaker is getting mad for them talking shit? He's like, you guys don't even look like the Justice League I saw last time.
No, see, that would be funny. That would be pretty good, actually. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool to do that. I don't know if they're gonna reference anything with the old version.
I know, but it'd be great. You guys aren't even like, hey, what happened? What happened to the other guys? Like, we don't want to talk about
get the Snyder verse people, whatever. What do they call this? The cult. It's funny because I had Snyder. I give him credit for this. Have you seen do you watch the studio on Apple? Excuse me.
I just saw the first episode recently, so I haven't watched the rest.
So good. But there is the last episode. They're like at the Golden Globes, and Zack Snyder's presenting. He's like, "Oh, by the way, after the show, I'm gonna release the Snyder long version of the award show." So that was all right. That was pretty fun. I was like, "That's good. That's a good joke. Good. I like that. That's very self-aware. So good for him."
Yes.
But that said, so listen, very positive vibes, nerd. Nerds should be positive right now. They really should.
I mean, listen, this whole week. We didn't even get to talk about The Last of Us last week's episode as well.
So much. It's a lot. I think we'll wait till the show ends. There's only 2 more episodes.
Okay.
So and then we'll kind of just talk about that.
I will say, look, all things considered, Ironheart, decent trailer. We had Superman, really solid trailer. Andor, good.
Good. Very good. Very good. Very good.
Not the worst. It was good.
No, it was good.
So I mean. So far this week, if you're a nerd, you
Peacemaker trailer.
Peacemaker trailer.
Great.
So, a lot of stuff to look forward to. A lot of stuff that you're enjoying. Multiple types of genre. So it's not just a one-track pony. I like this.
And listen, the summer movie season's kicking off. So a lot of shit. A lot of movies kicking in. Obviously in July we get the 2 main events.
You mean my birthday month? It has 2 of the best movies coming out. Yeah, super excited about that. It's great.
That's what I'm talking about. And a Jurassic Park. Nah, that I almost ruined your birthday with that one. This is what the MCU they had Blade resort to find himself in the road Jurassic Park. Dude.
If those dinosaurs aren't vampires, I don't want to see it.
That's for real, dude. Shit. They should have done that on purpose, just to spite. Ryan Coogler already stuck up their ass with Sinners. You know what I'm saying? Jurassic Park, just like a vampire. Oh man, how awesome would that be?
Too slow!
Come on, man. It's just fucking Blade. Say goodbye to that thing, dude. And I heard.
Son of a bitch.
Quick side note: they still don't have a director attached to it. What a shocker. It's not getting made.
Once again. Watching, I saw Sinners 2, which are great. Which, by the way, I gotta tell you, way more sex scenes than I expected it to be inside.
Yes, I was expecting all that. I was like, oh,
did not expect
here we go.
all that. I was like, all right, cool. I'm not mad at it. Just wasn't expecting it.
Listen, we encourage all
that.
No doubt.
That all being said, they did a period piece vampire movie, and everyone was mad about Blade possibly being a period piece vampire movie, and I'm like. What's holding you back? It's a vampire movie. Vampires could be in any setting. Just do it and then have Blade kill them. That's it.
It's not that hard, dude. Do in the future, do in the past, 1920s,
I still
1820s, 1500s. I don't the Roman times, Roman Empire, Caesar, and he gets killed by whatever, dude.
I
Whatever.
still say, Jose, I now more than ever, I want the Blade movie to be set in the 70s, but end here. I want it set in the 70s, ended in 2026, and in current times, whatever the movie comes out.
Sure.
But start in the 70s so we can get old Blade with an afro and the big green glasses like he's having in the comics, and then have him like become trimmer and more sleek as time goes on. Like I kind of want that. I if you could do Sinners, you could do this.
Oh, listen. Apparently you can't do it. Apparently not, dude. Not for Marvel you can, clearly. So whatever, it's never gonna happen. So forget about that shit. Either way, very good week. Looking forward to hopefully good weeks up ahead. And those are the nuggets for the week.
Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate all the love and support you always give us. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe here on YouTube at the Latin Nerd Network. We can watch shows such as Nerdsplaining and The Watch List and Fantasy Choice and much more shows as well. Don't forget to go to our social medias at Nerdsplaining Pod on Instagram, at Nerdsplaining Pod _ on X, Twitter. Go to ericdasilva.com, EricDasilva. You can listen to all the original audio episodes and pick up my album, Adorably Offensive. And more shows coming for you this year as well. Keep an eye on that. Don't forget to go to dangerousquad.com and figure out the mystery of the website. Buy your buy your digital copy online there. We have physical stuff working on. I'm very sorry. Things have been kind of, Jose knows we're doing some stuff on the back end and took a little longer, but we're working on that. And I appreciate your patience. We're getting to everyone, I promise. But let's know what you thought about Andor. Let's know what you thought about the trailers, Peacemaker, Superman, Ironheart. Let us know what you thought about, or even though we didn't talk about it, let us know what you thought about The Last of Us. Super exciting stuff. We want to talk about it. We want to hear what you want to say. As always, guys, I've been Eric Da Silva. This has been Jose Romero. We have been Nerdsplaining. And if you don't know, now you know. Boom.